Okay, this week, what I'm going to do is show you the stuff I bought. My local quilt group has a sale every year where people donate a lot of different things, and they're up for sale at really good prices. I don't need anything, but the money that they make goes for workshops or speakers or different programs we have. So, first thing I got was a kit. I thought, this is a really pretty quilt. You can see it that good. And it was a kit, so it came with all the fabric, which is also nice. It wasn't until later that I looked at the pieces, and I thought, oh my heavens, look at how tiny those are. I think they make 3 inches square, 3 inches blocks, and there are, looks like 70 pieces in a block. So that's going to be an adventure, I guess. So that was the first thing I bought. Let's put that up there for now. And I got a package of 5-inch squares. There's 80 squares. It was only a few dollars, and they're all really neat kids' prints. And that's going to make a fun I Spy type kind of quilt. So there was 80 of them. That was only a few dollars. I'll put those in back. And next I got for $2 a stack of, I think they're 2-inch squares. 2.5. 2.5-inch squares. And there's there's about 6 stacks, so there's multiples of each color. So that might be like, I was thinking maybe a trip around the world type quilt of some sort with those. And let's see. I'm gonna hold off on that one. I like these little 2.5-inch squares. I just really like. I've made quilts with these before. They're just fun to do. So I've got that, was a couple of dollars. I got a couple of fat quarters that I thought were quite pretty. I got 2 patterns. One is a McKenna Ryan. I've never made one of her. I've got a couple of other her patterns. I've never made one, but maybe someday. And this one here, I thought would be a good pattern to go with some strips I bought. But after I got home and I was looking at it, I had bought a charm pack also, and I noticed the charm pack is the same fabrics as the strips. So I don't know if I'll use those strips in this quilt or if I will somehow use them together. When I buy things like this, when I go out to sales and I buy things, I try to think of, as soon as I get home, I start thinking of ways to use the different projects. Then, okay, that's what I got. I got all of this. You can see it all. I got all of this for $40. The kit was $20, so it's $20 for the rest of it. But on my way in, and I haven't looked in this bag, someone says, oh, here's some scraps I got for you. And you might want to look before you buy stuff, but I did. And I just said, oh, thank you. And so I have no idea what is in here. We're going to, there's some pieces here that might be able to be put together somehow, trimmed up and put together. That's flannel. There's some big triangles, 2 different size triangles, some real big ones and some smaller ones. That can either be cut up into squares or somehow used that way. Looks like there's a lot of Christmas fabrics. Oh, there's strips. There's some Christmas fabrics. That's another piece of flannel. I'll put the flannel aside. Some of it's odd pieces. And here's some more leftover ends of something. A triangle. And I might be able to sew these together into some crazy quilt type project. So when I sort this, I'm going to put the Christmas fabrics together and try to think of a way to use them. So those are the Christmas. There's some Christmas, and this is just a nice strip. It's a really long strip. That's good. That's a useful piece. And there's some bigger pieces. Okay, these are squares. And those are the thing. This is it's like a 2.5-inch wide strip. Yeah, these are really, that's not, oh, look at this. That is pretty. And here's some more stripes. And these look like, are they 2.5-inch? Yeah, like 2 1/4 inch. That might be fun to do something if there's enough of them, and there is. Oh, there's a block made out of some of those. So another Christmas block, so I'll put that together. More Christmas fabric. There's some more Christmas strips. Okay, there's quite a few of these strips. Let me just make a fun red and white quilt of some sort. There's some small white on white pieces. What's this? Oh, this is a strip with some... I wonder if I might be able to use that with some of those 5-inch squares that I purchased. If not, we'll cut it into strips and use it somehow. Oh, there's more of that. Here's more of that fabric. So I might be able to cut those up somehow, border them, and make some kind of cute little kid's quilt. And I have a square. Another Christmas fabric. Oh, here's a stack of blue batiks. There's some other, I pulled out some earlier. Here's some more whites. Not triangles this time, they're more like strips. Oh, here's some more blocks. Oh, there's a whole stack of blocks here. There's some blocks. Looks like she started sewing. Okay, I got one big block. This is what this is. That is really pretty. If you get something like this and you use some of the other fabrics to make borders around it, you can get, you know, a small lap type quilt out of it. So that's, and I got that. Here, more white on whites. And here, oh my. Okay, this is what it is. So I've got some half square, 1/2 square triangle, but I've got a whole stack of, let's open that block up again, a whole stack of blue and white squares. So I might just be able to start making a border of blue and white squares around here. Go all the way around. Maybe do a couple of, if I got them. Okay, and here's some, oh, some more green squares that match. Oh, this is like a whole little quilt kit. Now I've got some more white on white strips. Oh, this is neat. And you never know what, you know, what I'm going to find when people give me stuff. These are some squares. They don't seem to match that quilt. No, they don't go with that at all. So I'll put those. Oh, and here's some more. Some blocks like this. And there's several of them. And there's some more. Oh, there's quite a few of these. Aha, okay. These look like, because I have some colors and some whites, it looks like there's another quilt kit. Sew those together. That won't be a big project. Just have to add it. There's another blue batik. Can go with the other blue batiks. Here's some of those 30s type fabrics. And that's a good big piece. It's a long piece. It's got a seam. Looks like maybe it was cut off from the edge of a backing or something after something was quilted. There's some strips of that fabric. More blue batik. Piece of ribbon. Oh, and here's some mostly just blue triangles. There's not a lot of, oh, here's some more of these blocks I can put with them. These ones here. There's a good stack of those. These don't quite match that one, but they might go with it well enough. One of these. Oh, some more of these blues. Quite a few blue triangles. So when I, get something like this, I try to think, oh, this looked like the first thing I pulled out there. Looked like the first thing I pulled out. They might match those. I'll look at this stuff, and after I shut the camera off, I'll sort it out. I don't know what that is, a sticker. But here's some, these look like it might have been a charm square. These are kind of all match. There's some blue. Some neutral color. Those are more batiks. I've got quite a few of these, and they're all got pinked edges on them, so I'm wondering if that came some kind of a pack or something. Charm packer. There's one more of those. And then I've got some small pieces of flannel. Usually the flannels I pass on because I don't have a lot of flannels. This one's really cute though. I don't have a lot of flannels. And I don't need to start collecting flannels. So I will probably pass these on to someone else. And that's what was in that bag. It is now empty. So I came home with a good stash. So I'll be sorting these out. The Christmas fabrics will go together. I really think there might be enough of these to make a quilt, but there's a lot of these. You know, I can just take something like this and grab some white, maybe sash them with white, or sash them with blue and pink or something. It's put a sashing around the edges of it. There's all kinds of possibilities. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't either. Anyway, something but I really love getting pieces like this and then trying to figure out what to do with them. But this was, like I said, these weren't just scraps. These must have been leftover blocks or something she gave up on. And there's, about half of them are blue and white and half of them are a flowery print and white. So I might try putting something together, with those. No, not that either. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out. It'll be fun. And that's what I did this week. I went to the sale and I brought home some more fabrics and was given this really, really fun lot of, she called them scraps, but like I said, to me they're not scraps. There's these couple of these here, and this one here, this is like a quilt kit. This is like just being given a couple of quilt kits that are half done. I always like things that are half done. Oh, what's the other thing? Oh, I finally got my quilt basted. That's been waiting for weeks to be basted. And this, remember I said I had that charm, that little 2.5-inch squares. This was actually made from a pack of those small 2.5-inch squares. And I put a border around it, and then I sashed them again, and it actually ended up into a really good-sized quilt. But those are one of those little packs of 2.5-inch squares. And when I'm basting a quilt, what I do is I keep trying to think of ways to quilt it. And I finally decided with this one, it's hard to see it with the way the camera's set up, but with this one I'm just going to sew diagonally. Because I just have my regular sewing machine. Just sew diagonally through each of the blocks. And that gives me something to follow. It doesn't take any marking. It's easy to do. It's straight lines. So I've got to start working on that. So I got that. So that's what I did this week. I spent some money and I got that quilt basted, finally. That's it.